Davis is going to start on the pole, and Lance Fossbender on the outside. That's two of the fastest cats in the alley getting us started here tonight at Plymouth Dirt Track. Kurt Davis out of turn 4, setting the pace, starting the race. Green flag! Davis gets a good hole shot, but Fossbender is fast on the outside. Rockets out of turn 2, side by side on the back straightaway, contact into turn 3. Fossbender with the lead on a turn 4. Kurt Davis trying to run that bottom of the racetrack in, but Fossbender is high up top in the number 7 car. All alone out front, the 7 of Fossbender leaves the second circuit. Side by side into turn 1, the 6K on the bottom, Fossbender up top. Kurt Davis has to check up going down the back straightaway. Hollywood all kinds of crossed up into turn 3. Meanwhile, back through the pack to 24M. Oh, and the 3 car of Tom Kreutz slowing into turn 1 and 2. Not sure what's going on with the number 3 car, but looks like he's going to pull into the infield. And he does so. We stay green. Fossbender out front, Davis in second, Miller third, and Hattie in fourth. And the yellow flag coming out for Tom Kreutz. Didn't pull quite far enough into the infield. Some background on Alex Pekorski, fantastic go-kart racer at the Beaver Dam Raceway, making the transition to 360 sprints this season. Lance Fossbender, though, getting us restarted. Green flag. Davis gets a good jump on the restart and gets in front of Miller going through turns 1 and 2. Nick Daywalt looking down the inside of Tim Hattie for the final transfer spot. Hattie pulls ahead just ever so slightly. Kurt Davis really chucking that car into turns 1 and 2, getting way sideways, trying to make up ground on Fossbender. Field's starting to figure out that the high to low to high is the fast way to go around. Everyone pretty evenly spread out. Two laps to go this time by for the 7 of Lance Fossbender. Hattie now looking down the inside of Adam Miller, trying to get that third spot away from the 24M. White flag out, one more lap to go for the 7. Farther back in the field, Alex Pekorski looking to try and mount a challenge on the 24 of Scott Conger, but coming out of turn 4, your winner, heat race number 1. Lance Fossbender, Kurt Davis in second, and Adam Miller holds off to Hattie for third. Hattie with the final transfer spot, and Daywalt finishes 5th, Conger 6th, and Alex Pekorski rounds out the field. Let's see if the speed matches the looks here in heat race number 2. Nierum and Vanderboom going to set the pace in this one. They can go at the cone. The 16 getting us going. Green flag. Nierum out to an early lead. Vanderboom in second, but here comes Karnitz and Garrett's on the bottom. Kevin Karnitz up into second. High side hustling for the number 9 of Nick Malis, and here comes Garrett's up into third. Will Garrett's up into the third spot. Kevin Karnitz up into second. But look at Anthony Nierum with almost a straightaway advantage with 2 laps in. Oh my, the number 16 is hooked up and flying. A little bit of a bicycle action through 3 and 4. No harm, no foul. Scott Armstrong almost looping it there in turn 4, saves it and keeps going in the 09S. Oh, Karnitz drifts up way high at turn 4. Here comes Will Garrett's on the bottom of the racetrack. Halfway home, 5 in, 5 to go for the 16 of Anthony Nierum. Oh, and Scott Armstrong up near the wall in the backstretch. And we're going to get a yellow. Couldn't quite see if he actually got into the wall or not, but the 09S of Scott Armstrong near the wall in turn 2. Pulls into the pits, probably into the work area, and into the B main. That will send the 09S of Scott Armstrong. Bill Taylor in 5th, Nick Malis in 6th. Doug Wondra and Josh Tennyson round out the field in heat race number 2. But so far it's been all Anthony Nierum out front. Can he get the job done? Green flag! Carrots with a great jump on the restart, looking to go around the outside of the 63K. Put the 21 car up into 2nd. Side by side for 4th as well, the U2 on the bottom. Taylor up top. Side by side to the front straightaway. Taylor wheelies off of 4. That's going to give Jack Vanderboom the advantage. But a rocket ship on the top. Bill Taylor comes back at the U2. Chops down on the nose of the U2. Put Bill Taylor up in a 4th. Bill Taylor going to log some great passing points coming from 6th to 4th. Garrett's as well coming from 4th all the way up to 2nd. But Nierum still out front. 2 sticks high on the flag stand means 2 more laps to go for the 16. Coming out of turn 4 this time, it'll be a white flag for Anthony Nierum. Side by side for 5th now. Nick Malis looking down the inside of the U2. Jack Vanderbilt losing positions, and Nick Malis slide job for 5th. Oh, and Nierum off the pace down the backstretch. That's going to give Garrett's the win on a turn 4. Carnage finishes 2nd, Taylor 3rd, and Nierum will coast across the line in 4th. Not exactly sure what happened there, but the 16 of Anthony Nierum falling off the pace going down the backstretch, gifting the win to the 21 of Will Garrett. He is not a scratch for the night. He is a scratch for this heat race, I've been told. So Mike Decker will start on the pole. Travis Aaron's on the outside. Setting the pace, starting the race in heat race number 3. Green flag. Decker spun the tires on the start. Aaron's out front. Miller into 2nd. Oh, McMullen on the back of Tony Wondra. Surprised there's not damage to the number 98, but he gathers it back up. We stay green. Tony Wondra got crossed up coming out of turn 2. McMullen had nowhere to go, but he gathers back up and runs in 5th. Tony Wondra down the inside of Mike Decker looking for 3rd. Put the number 11 car up in the 3rd. Here comes Brandon McMullen. Now Brandon McMullen gets past the number 12, but Mike Decker fights back on the top side. Decker and Wondra side by side for 3rd. Decker gets crossed up. Here comes the 98 on the top side. Sending it into turns 3 and 4. Put the number 98 car up in the 4th. Brandon McMullen going from 6th to 4th, and now he has his sights set on Tony Wondra. Halfway home for Travis Aaron's all alone out front. Justin Miller in 2nd. And now Justin Erickson looking to get around the number 12 of Decker as some smoke coming out of the number 12 going into turn 1. McMullen working the very bottom of the racetrack, stalking the number 11, gets it crossed up sideways, looking down the inside of the 11 into turn 2. Got crossed up on the outside though, couldn't make it work. Aaron's coming up to lap the number 87A of Austin Hartman. Oh, it's a big trouble out of turn 4, almost gets it turned around. 2 sticks high, 2 laps to go for the 25T. McMullen now stalking the number 11, still coming out of turn 2. Can't make it work. White flag out. 1 more lap to go for Travis Aaron's out front. McMullen all over the back of the number 11, trying to get that 3rd spot and some valuable passing points. But coming out of turn 4, your winner, Travis Aaron's. Justin Miller will come home in 2nd, and out of turn 4, the race for 3rd. Oh, and McMullen into the wall coming out of turn 4. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Tony Wondra hangs on for 3rd. Brandon McMullen comes home in 4th. Hopefully no damage done to that number 98. Big contact with the front stretch wall. But your winner of heat race number 3, the 25T, is Travis Aarons. believe we're going green this time by Tyler Tischendorf, setting the pace, starting the race. Final sprint car heat race of the night. Green flag out of turn 4. Worth spun the tires on the start. Rue down the inside looking for second. Worth fights back on the top side in the 55. Tischendorf all alone out front though, leads the first circuit. Great battle back for 4th and 5th. Wenninger on the bottom, Blake Wunger up top, side by side for 5th on the back straightaway, the 0 and the 53. Wenninger with the edge out of turn 4. And now Brandon Berth coming up the inside of the 0 as well. And meanwhile, the 55E out front, looking to stalk down the 2016 of Tyler Tischendorf. And Berth now does get by the 0 of Blake Wunger, so the 22B up into 6th. Once again, these passing points, every position is crucial. And now Wenninger looking down the inside of the 2C of Chris Clayton on the front straightaway, couldn't get underneath him, but now Clayton drifts up the track, gets a great run off of turn 2, almost gets around the 26R, but Rue hangs tough in 3rd. Halfway home, 5 in, 5 to go for Tyler Tischendorf. Now coming up on the lap traffic of the 41 of Ken McFarland and the 54 of Ken Schmick. Tischendorf staying up top and out of trouble. Oh, now he gets into some trouble in turn 2. Gets crossed up, powers on the backstretch by the 41. And now Robbie Worth has to contend with the lap traffic as well. Wenninger sends it on the outside of Chris Clayton in turns 2, 3, and 4. Tischendorf negotiating the lap traffic of Ken Schmick nicely into turns 3. 2 sticks high, 2 laps to go for the 2016. Rue drifts up top. Here comes Clayton for 3rd. Side by side, 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, McFarland gets up into the 26R in turns 1 and 2. Big trouble for Chris Clayton, Mike McFarland, and Preston Rue, all getting together in turns 1 and 2. Tischendorf gonna set the pace and let us know when it's time to go out of turn 4. Green flag. Tischendorf with a great jump on the rest of the field, side by side for second. Here comes the 2C on the high side. Big run for Chris Clayton down the backstretch. He takes second away from Robbie Worth. And now here comes the 53 of Shane Wenninger, 2 sticks high, 2 to go. But now Worth fighting back on the bottom, got a nose down the inside of Chris Clayton, and Mike McFarland spinning on the front stretch. But so far, it's been all Tyler Tischendorf. Can he hang on for the win in heat race number 4? Green flag. Oh boy, Clayton slide job into turn 1. You'll lead it on that straightaway, the 2C of Chris Clayton. Tischendorf looking to fight back on the bottom. Can't get it, stuck to the bottom. Chris Clayton, what a run, white flag. Side by side for 3rd. Worth on the bottom, Wenninger up top, Berth is there as well. Wenninger down the back chute. Great run for the 53, but coming out of turn 4, winner of heat race number 4, Chris Clayton. Tischendorf in 2nd, Wenninger in 3rd, and Worth in 4th. How about that one, race fans? Your winner of heat race number 4, Chris Clayton. On the outside, the 01 JRs, Greg Cantrell, Glenn Blanke, and Sawyer Specht round out the field. Glenn and Sawyer, 2 rookies in the late model division this season. Rosselli gonna get us going here tonight. Green flag. Schmidt up top, Rosselli on the bottom, side by side. Oh, Baldry getting crossed up 3 wide on the backstretch. Still side by side for the lead. Baldry up top, looking to get it on the 97, couldn't make it work. Rosselli leads lap number 1. The Scarecrow up top, rocking on a turn 2. Oh my, the 22 with a rocking on the back straightaway. Put the number 22, Charlie Schmidt, to the point. 3 wide on the front stretch. Justin Schmidt to the bottom. Tim Bueller up high, put the 97 up in a second, but here comes the 7B. Great run on a turn 2. Charlie Schmidt still out front, but Tim Bueller and Justin Schmidt right behind him. Justin Schmidt on the bottom, Bueller with another rocket out of turn 2. Now looking to the outside for the lead. Looks like the top's quick in 1 and 2, but the bottom is quicker in 3 and 4. Bueller once again gets by the 97, but the 97's going to come back at him out of turn 4. Still side by side for second. Justin Schmidt looking on the inside of Charlie Schmidt. Oh my, almost getting crossed up for the 97. Lost a ton of ground to the 7B. And out your races for the lead. The 7B looking on the high side. And now Justin Schmidt taking notes from Tim Bueller's playbook, going to the top side of the racetrack in 1 and 2. Oh, and big contact looked like between the 7B and the 97 on the front stretch. Now they've got all the work to do to catch back up to the 22. Oh, more contact on the back stretch. Oh, my. And Schmidt looking on the high side of Bueller once again. A white flag, this time out for the Scarecrow out front. Meanwhile, Blanchi and Baldry having a nice battle for 5th there back in the pack. But looks like they're going to keep it clean for this last circuit at least. The 22, Charlie Schmidt, takes heat race number 1. Tim Bueller finishes in 2nd and Justin Schmidt in 3rd. And your winner in Gasser's Project Late Model Heat Race number 1, the 22, the Scarecrow, Charlie Schmidt. The trek up from Illinois last week and coming back this week as well to do battle here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. A lot less tracks open in Illinois, so it's nice to see all these guys come up here. We hope to have them back. But right now, Turk Letizia and Justin Ritchie getting us started. Green flag. Letizia out front, Ritchie on the high side, Benedetto looking on the bottom, Ritchie with a big run on the backstretch. The 70 car looking strong in 2nd, but here comes Benedetto in the B14 on the inside. Oh, big contact between the 89 and the 79 into turn 1, and the 89 of Brad Miller goes around. No time to look at that though. Justin Ritchie on the outside of Benedetto out front, but we get a yellow. All Delaware double file restarts here in heat races, except under 5 laps to go. They will be single file from now on, I believe. Making good use of that no-no cone on the front stretch. But for now, it's Delaware double and Turk Letizia out front, Benedetto in 2nd. And we get a green flag on a turn 4. Benedetto up to 2nd, but Ritchie again with a big run out of turn 2, side by side into 3 and 4 with the 70 and the B14. Benedetto with the advantage. And now here comes Jim Schmidt on the inside of Ritchie into turn 1 and 2. The 79 car up into 3rd. But Ritchie again with a big run off of 2, side by side into 3 and 4 with the 70 and the 79. And now Jim Schmidt on the inside, 3 wide on the front stretch. Benedetto closes the door into turn 1, but that's going to allow Ritchie to rock it down the backstretch. Oh my goodness, that turn 2 cushion is amazing right now. Ritchie slams the door, and Benedetto loses out. Here comes Brad Miller on the high side. high side hustling number 89. Oh my goodness, he might go up in a second. 89 looking down the outside and it turns 3 and 4. Halfway home, 5 in, 5 to go. Richie pops up to the high side, but Miller now looking down low. Here comes Jim Schmidt in the 79. Big run for the 70, looking on the inside of the D1 for the lead. What a race here in your Grassroots project. Oh, and Victor Benedetto with big contact with somebody there. Pulls into the pits in the B14. I think this might be the first lap where we've held station. The D1 of Turk Letizia out front. Justin Ritchie in second and Brad Miller in third. Jim Schmidt looking on the bottom. Here comes the 89 looking on the inside of the 70. Miller side by side on the front stretch. Looks to get his nose down the inside of the 70 of Justin Ritchie. Can't make it work. This time by white flag. One more lap to go for the D1 of Turk Letizia. Ritchie looking on the bottom. Turk Letizia gets a little crossed up there. Looks like he's going to hold it. Here comes Brad Miller looking to take second away. Can't quite get it done. Out of turn 4, race for the win. Turk Letizia hangs on. Justin Ritchie finishes in second. And Brad Miller in third. On the inside of row number 4, rookie at the Plymouth Dirt Track this season, the 21F is Trevor Turbofoot Frank. And starting shotgun on the field, the 5G is Brandon Geyser. Justin Bauer setting the pace, turning the race, green flag. Bauer gets a good jump on the rest of the field, but here comes Tim Shepard rocketing down the backstretch. Oh my goodness, where did the 29S come from? Big time run for the 29S. But Justin Bauer leads the first circuit. Shepard in second, Kneprath in third. Oh, Gilson runs up the racetrack. Campanella there in fourth, Welch in fifth. Gilson, Frank, and Geyser. Frank looking down the inside of Gilson, back through the pack. Slings it into turn 1, put the 21F up into 6th. Meanwhile, Bauer, Shepard, and Kneprath got a breaking away from the rest of the field. There comes Campanella as well. Frank up top, Gilson on the bottom. All of this battle for the 6th spot. Gilson back down the inside of Frank. Frank crosses him back underneath, almost gets it turned around. And meanwhile, up front, the 29S is stalking the 75 of Justin Bauer. Tim Shepard is there. Halfway home, 5 in, 5 to go. Shepard trying to find a way around the 75 for the lead. Justin Bauer making that sport mod as wide as he possibly can. Meanwhile, back in the pack, Geyser now looking down the inside of Trevor Frank for the 7th spot. Can't quite get it done. Frank pulls away. Shepard now looking to get on the top side of the racetrack, trying to get that turn 2 cushion that all the late models were running in their heat races. Not quite close enough that time. 2 sticks high, 2 laps to go for the 29. .75 out front. Oh, Frank got it turned around a little bit there in turns 3 and 4. Gathers it back up. We stay green. White flag out. 1 more lap to go for the 75 of Justin Bauer. And your winner of SoCon B-Mod Heat Race number 1, the 75, is Justin Bauer. 10 laps the distance in all of our heat races here tonight. Routman and the 03W of Tim Warner. And we get a green flag. Routman with a good jump on the start, gets out in front of Warner, but Warner with a great run off of 2, looking to cross back underneath the 62, battle for the lead, 3 wide, big contact between the 12D of Chris Gilson and the 31. And I believe that was a 27L of Brendan Ostrowski. Oh my, that could have been a lot worse than what it was going down the backstretch, but meanwhile, Tim Warner finding a way around the 62 of James Routman for the lead. Routman trying to cross back underneath the 03W for the lead, couldn't make it work. Now gets crossed up out of turn 2, and here comes the 31 of Will Garco down the backstretch. Looks like Chris Gilson getting a little cross up there. Brandon Ostrowski running the high side, gets around him. Gilson trying to fight back on the bottom. Now that's your battle for 4th. Meanwhile, out front, it's all Timmy Warner out front. Brendan Ostrowski and Will Garco, both rookies here at the Plymouth Dirt Track this season, running well in 3rd and 4th. Halfway home, 5 and 5 to go for the 03W of Tim Warner. That ultimate chassis looking strong out front. Tim Warner, of course, finishing 2nd in the feature last week. A dominating track championship last year. Now leading this heat race here. This time by, it'll be 2 sticks high, 2 laps to go for the 03W. James Routman is all alone there in 2nd. Will Garco all alone in 3rd. And Brendan Ostrowski looking strong in 4th ahead of Patrick Hansen. This time by, white flag out, 1 more lap to go for Tim Warner. Field all spread out here in heat race number 2, but dominating in all, the 03W, Tim Warner takes heat race number 2. James Routman will come home in 2nd, and Will Garco, impressive run there in 3rd. And your winner of SoCon B-Mod Heat Race number 2, the 03W, is Tim Warner. SoCon B-Mod Heat Race, green flag. Singer with a good enough start, but here comes Glander on the high side. Singer leading him down the backstretch. Looks like it's going to be side by side for the lead through 3 and 4. Yes, it is the 53 and the 55 side by side for the lead. Dottie Singer leads the first circuit. Turn 2, here comes Kyle Albuquerque down the inside. Steve Lorio stuck in the middle, and Gary Glander gets around the pair of them on the outside. Lorio now looking back down the inside of the 21K, put the number 21K up in a second. Kyle Oderkirk sitting there in 2nd, Gary Glander in 3rd. Donnie Singer going to restart us here, let us know when it's time to go. Green flag. Oderkirk trying to look down the inside of Singer for the lead. Couldn't quite make it work there. Singer gets a little crossed up. Here comes Glenn on the outside. Look at Jesse calling up in the fourth from the back of the pack. The number 8 car looking strong on the high side. And now just as I say that, Barry Moss looking on the inside of the pair of them. The 22M moves up into third. Great race on the backstretch between the 22M and the 53, side by side in the turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, out front, here comes the 21K of Kyle Oderkirk. Battles all over the racetrack in this heat race. Oderkirk rails the cushion on a 2 battle for the lead on the backstretch. The 21K with a little bit of an advantage going into turn 3 and gets on the gas on a turn 4, the 21K out front. Now here comes Jesse Cullen moving up into third. Meanwhile, Donnie Singer's not done fighting back on the bottom of the racetrack. Oderkirk getting a little crossed up. Here comes Singer back on the bottom. Glander with an awful lot of bodywork damage there, sitting in 5th. Jesse Cullen all the way from 8th up into 4th, or excuse me, 3rd, as he's now going to work on the 55 of Donnie Singer. 3 laps to go for Kyle Oderkirk out front. Can he make it 2 heat race wins in a row here at the Plymouth Dirt Track? Now here comes Jesse Cullen looking on the inside of the 55 for second. 2 sticks high, 2 laps to go for the 21. Cullen looking desperate to get by the 55 because he knows Hollywood's right behind him. The 22M stalking the 8 and the 55. This time by 1 more lap to go for Kyle Oderkirk. Gonna be in a lot of cars with scars after this one, but Kyle Oderkirk's been the class of the field here in heat race number 3. Jesse Cullen looking to the high side, can't get it done on Donnie Singer. On a turn 4, your winner, Kyle Oderkirk. And your winner in Selcom B-Mod Heat Race number 3, the 21K, is Kyle Oderkirk. Donnie Kulo and Dick Head starting the race in this one. 2 of the veteran generation of Grand National Division racers, and then behind them, Jeff Muehlbauer and Tyler Kulo, the next generation. Setting the pace, starting the race on a turn 4, green flag. Kulo with a jump on Head up top, 3 wide for second. Head with the advantage on the backstretch. Here comes Jeff Muehlbauer on the bottom. Head holding strong up top as the 5 car looking on the inside. Jeff Muehlbauer moves up into second. Head slides up the racetrack a little bit. Here comes Tyler Kulo on the bottom. Head trying to hang tough on the top side, now cuts down to the bottom. Bottom is the quick way around for these Grand Nationals here at Plymouth. Meanwhile, out front, it's all Donnie Kulo. Tyler Kulo there stalking Jeff Muehlbauer, trying to make it a Kulo 1-2. Now looks down the inside of the front straightaway. A little bit of a gap there for Tyler, maybe not. Jeff Muehlbauer closes it into turn 1. Donnie Kulo still setting the pace in this one. Jeff Muehlbauer sitting there in second. Tyler Kulo in third. Dick Head holding there in fourth. And Steven Weber rounding out the top 5. Down the backstretch, throw a blanket over the top 3. Can any of them find a way by? Kulo there got a nose underneath the 5 going through 1 and 2. Now bumper to bumper down the backstretch, the 24K and the 5. Out of turn 4 this time, the 5 still with the advantage. Kulo definitely looks a little bit quicker than Muehlbauer, driving into the corner harder than the number 5. But Muehlbauer still driving for his life there in second. Kulo with a look down the inside on the front straightaway. 2 sticks high, 2 more laps to go for the 95. White flag out this time by for the 95 of Donnie Kulo, Jeff Muehlbauer in second, and Tyler Kulo in third. Coming out of turn 4 to win heat race number 1, Donnie Kulo. And your winner of Clips and Tips Grand National Heat Race number 1, the 95, is Donnie Kulo. Derek Kott, second generation racer, the number 15 starting on the front row. Matt Yancey to his outside. A lot of fast cats in this one. Who's going to take it home? Coming out of turn 4, and we get a green. Kott with a little bit of an advantage going into turn 1, but now Yancey's strong up top with the 54 to the point, but Kott's fighting back on the bottom. Here comes Don Source and Aaron Stope. Side by side all the way back through the pack. Now Yancey pulls out to a little bit of a lead. Stope through turns 1 and 2 trying to hang on the high side. That didn't really work for Dick Henn in the first heat race, and it's not working out that well for Aaron Stope. Here comes Luke Skolton on the bottom of the limo looking to get up into the top 4. Yancey out front, Kott in second. Stope now on the bottom of Don Source. Don Source out left, hanging to dry on the outside. A lot of quick drivers in this heat race. Matt Yancey, Aaron Stope, Luke Skolton, Don Source, and John Oddie have all won A-mains in their careers before. Derek Kott, the odd one out, but holding strong in second. Now side by side for 5th, Jonathan Oddie looking down the inside of Don Source into turn 1, gets the move done. The 6 car goes up into 5th. Stope now hounding the back of the 15 of Derek Kott, trying to find a way around. Single file as they run, all ducks in a row with 5 laps more to go. Stope with a little bit of run on a turn 2, jumps up to the high side. That's going to open the door for the 80 of the limo. Luke Skolton down on the bottom. The 80 car moves up into 3rd. Stope has to chop down the racetrack to protect that 4th spot from Jonathan Oddie. But now Luke Skolton can go to work on the number 15 of Derek Kott for 2nd. Meanwhile, out front, Matt Yancey holding station out front, but here comes Aaron Stope, gets his nose underneath the number 80 car. Will he send it up the inside? Takes better of it, backs out into turn 3. Down the backstretch, you've got a race for 2nd on your hands. Derek Kott, Luke Skolton, and Aaron Stope. Oh, and Stope gets a little crossed up on the tires there in turns 3 and 4. Runs up high. Here comes Jonathan Oddie on the bottom with 1 lap to go. Coming out of turn 4 to win heat race number 1 of the Grand Nationals, Matt Yancey. Derek Kott finishes in 2nd, and Luke Skolton rounds out the top 3. And your winner in the number 54 car, that's Matt Yancey. Just to give you guys some perspective, there's 3 cars in this B main that have won a feature before an MSA competition, the 30, the 96, and the 4. And they're stuck in the B main here tonight, but it's all Nick Daywalt and Blake Wondra setting the pace, starting the race, green flag. Daywalt to an early lead, Wondra into 2nd. Oh, Daywalt loops it into turn 1. Big contact between the 96 and the 87. That's going to be a yellow. Just like that, after all that, Austin Hartman becomes the lone scratch from this B main. So we've got a full field of 7 cars still. Doug Wondra and Blake Wondra, all Wondra on the front row. Gonna get us started here. B main racing action. Green flag. Blake Wondra setting sail on the high side. Preston Rue trying to make it 3 wide there. Look at Alex Pekorski looking to the outside, and Ken Schmick loops it in turn 2. Ken Schmick looping it in turn 2. Must be kind of a slick spot on the outside of the turn 2 cushion there. It's 2 cars in a row on fast laps spinning it around there. All right, let's see if we can get these 12 laps in your Christine Hartman Pleasant View Realty 360 Sprint Car B main number 1. That all Wondra front row gonna let us know when it's time to go out of turn 4. Green flag. Hold her steady, boys, in turn 2. Everybody gets through clean. Blake Wondra looking to the high side of Doug Wondra, side by side for the lead out of turn 4. Josh Chenison gets by Alex Pekorski on the bottom row, and the number 4 car gets all kinds of squirrely. Saves it though. Josh Tennyson looking on the inside, looking for that final transfer spot on the inside of the 0 of Blake Wondra. Put the 96 up in the 3rd. Oh, and Ken Schmick around again in turn 4. And I believe that is the 2nd lone spin for the 54 of Ken Schmick, so he will go back to the pits. He's disqualified from this race. And Ken Schmick does pull into the pits. Coming out of turn 4, green flag. Rue gets down to the bottom ahead of Josh Tennyson. Here comes Blake Wondra on the bottom, side by side for the final transfer spot. The 0 with a little bit of an edge going into turn 3. Josh Tennyson fighting back on the high side. The 0 car back up in the 3rd. Preston Rue, we have to say, is all over the 30 of Doug Wondra for the lead. 1 lane on the bottom of the racetrack, though. It's going to be hard for the 26R to find a way by. Wondra, Rue, Wondra, and Tennyson, your top 4. Blake Wondra in that final transfer spot. Josh Tennyson would be your first alternate, but he spins the tires in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Nick Daywald on the high side. Looks like everybody's a little bit wary of the high side in turns 1 and 2 after all of those spins. Sticking it down to the bottom, but here comes Preston Rue. That 26R sure looks like it's a little bit quicker than the 30 down the back chute. Having to check up going into turn 3, and now here comes the 0 of Blake Wondra all over the back of the 26R. Rue going up high, trying to get it crossed up with a better run out of turn 2, but spins the tires out of turn 2. That's going to give Blake Wondra a little bit of an advantage going into turn 3, excuse me. Field now spreading out ever so slightly. Rue trying a couple different lines to try and get around the number 30. And now Josh Tennyson trying the high line. Any kind of way to get back up to the rear bumper of the 0. Rue having a lot of trouble putting the power down out of turn 2. 2 sticks high, 2 more to go. Down the back chute. Coming out of turn 4, going to be white flag around. 1 more time to go for the number 30 of Doug Wondra. Oh, and Wondra goes up top. Here comes Preston Rue on the bottom. Race for the lead on the back straightaway. And Wondra smartly covers off the bottom into turn 3 and 4. That one was close, but holding on for the win, the 30 of Doug Wondra. Preston Rue finishes in 2nd. Blake Wondra, the final transfer car. Your transfer cars, the 0 of Blake Wondra, the 26R of Preston Rue, and your winner in the number 30 car, Doug Wondra. Robbie Worth and Scott Conger going to start the race here in B main number 2. Getting all bunched up. Perfect start, green flag. Oh, some contact there between the 12 and the U2 going into turn 1. Worth out to the initial lead. Scott Conger there in second. Justin Erickson in the final transfer spot. Tyler Brabant making quick work of Jack Vanderboom up into 5th. And now Justin Erickson gets by the 24 of Scott Conger for second. Conger trying the high line. Erickson made him pay, getting down the inside. Put the 3 up to second. Oh, Scott Armstrong way up high in turns 3 and 4. Gathers it back up. Justin Erickson closing in on the 55. 55 gets squarely. Justin Erickson to the lead. Erickson out front. Worth in second. Scott Conger sitting there in third. Mike Decker now on the outside looking in. Tyler Brabant right behind him in 5th. And Erickson is out front and gone. Say bye-bye to the number 3 down the backstretch. Worth, Conger, and Decker fighting over that second spot. And now Brabant all over the back of the number 12 for 4th. Mike McFarland pulling into the infield with the number 41 car. Oh, it's Scott Armstrong looping it in turn 3 and 4. Scott Armstrong looping it around in turns 3 and 4. Extremely dry, slick track here tonight at Plymouth. A lot of times, though, that's how these sprint car drivers like it. You can run up high, run down low. See if that happens in the A main, but for now, see if we can get this B main finished up here. Justin Erickson starting the race, green flag. Worth on the bottom, 3 wide through turn 2. Brabant in the middle, blading it down the backstretch. Oh my goodness. Oh, and they contact between Decker and Brabant. That was never going to work. So 5 laps to go, 5-lap dash to the finish. Justin Erickson out front, Robbie Worth, and Scott Conger. Those are your 3 transfer cars as of now. Jack Vanderboom on the outside looking in. Green flag back out. And now Vanderboom gets a good jump on the restart. The U2 coming down the inside. Put the U2 car up in a second. But Conger gets a decent run on the high line, trying to make the outside work. The U2 hung up behind the 55 side by side. Conger hung out to join the high side, but the U2 have to check up again, and it allows Mike Decker to close back up. The race for the final transfer spot is on in B main number 2. And now Mike Decker getting around Scott Conger on the bottom. This time by, it's going to be 2 sticks high, 2 more laps to go for Justin Erickson. Oh, and Scott Armstrong going around again in turn 4. Scott Conger was now, he finds himself back in 5th. So now Mike Decker is looking like he's in the catbird seat there, sitting in 4th on the inside. Let's see if Jack Vanderboom can fare better than Scott Conger on the outside. Meanwhile, all Justin Erickson out front with 2 laps to go. Green-white checker, B main number 2. Vanderboom got a slightly better restart than Mike Decker. Chops down in front of the 12. The U2 holds on to third and final transfer spot. Who turns 3 and 4. White flag out. One more lap to go for Justin Erickson. Out of turn 4, winner heat lane number 2, Justin Erickson. Robbie Worth finishes in second, and Jack Vanderboom in third. And your winner in the number 3 car, Justin Erickson. "25 laps in your Clips and Tips of Plymouth Grand National Division here tonight. Countless feature wins between this field here tonight. Can Matt Yancey add another one to his illustrious career? On a turn 4, A-main action, green flag. Yancey with a good jump on the restart. Donnie Kulo slides up the racetrack. Here comes Jeff Muehlbauer, looking to take away third from Luke Skolten. Skolten ain't in tough on the high side. Side by side down through the field, but Matt Yancey leads the first circuit. Yancey on the bottom making it work. Donnie Kulo sticking down there as well. Luke Skolten trying to make the high line work. Meanwhile, Jeff Muehlbauer sitting there in fourth. Tyler Kulo right behind him. Battle for third. Here comes Jeff Muehlbauer. Side by side as well, back through the pack. Whoa, a little bit of concertina effect there with Luke Skolten and Tyler Kulo. Now Skolten drops down to the bottom of the racetrack. And now Donnie Kulo pressuring the 54 of Matt Yancey for the lead. Muehlbauer slots down the racetrack in front of the 80 of Luke Skolten. Here goes Donnie Kulo, peeking his nose down the inside of Matt Yancey into turn 3 and 4. Just letting the 54 know the 95 is there. Yancey still holding strong out front, but Donnie Kulo is there to pounce if the 54 makes any kind of mistake. 20 laps to go. Field running single file on the bottom for the most part. Luke Skolten all over the back of the 5 of Jeff Muehlbauer. You get the feeling the 80 might be a little bit quicker, but just can't find a way around the 5. Donnie Source making moves back through the pack. 99S up into the top 10. Matt Yancey starting to pull a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field. About 2 car lengths heading into turn 3. Yancey, Kulo, Muehlbauer, Skolten, and Kulo, your top 5 as they run. Here with 15 laps to go. Oh, and Tyler Kulo gets a little crossed up. Contact between the 24 and the 19. Oh, bigger contact between the 19 and the 6 down the backstretch. Jonathan Idy couldn't check up in time. Slams into the rear bumper of the 19S. On the 41 of Paul Peroni pulling off on the backstretch with some terminal issues. Guys starting to get antsy up in the front of the pack. You see Luke Skolton touching the rear bumper of the 5 as they come around to 4 this time by. We'll get sticks crossed halfway home. And here comes Donnie Kulo on the front stretch. Side by side, your race is for the lead in a turn 1. Donnie Kulo to the lead of the 95. And now Matt Yancey slots in behind him, and the 54 is going to have to go to work on the 95. +20 years of racing experience in the 95 is showing. Donnie Kulo showing these young guns how it's done out front. Kulo's bookending the top 5 as it runs now. Donnie out front, Tyler in 5th. Between them, Yancey, Muehlbauer, and Skolton. And now here comes Muehlbauer, peeking on the inside of Yancey for 2nd. Looks like maybe the tires are going away on that number 54, as here comes Muehlbauer with a run on a turn 3. Donnie Kulo not quite driving away from the rest of the pack as Yancey drifts up high. Oh, I thought maybe Muehlbauer was going to send it up the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 5 and the 54. Luke Skolton looking like he's getting a little antsy, trying to get by the number 5. More contact between the 5 and the 54. Muehlbauer getting antsy there in 3rd. Oh, and Tyler Kulo looking to send it up the inside. Here comes Luke Skolton for 3rd. Oh, thought he was going to send it up the inside. Couldn't quite make it work into turn 3. 5 laps to go. Here comes Muehlbauer now with a full nose underneath the 54. And now Luke Skolton looking down the inside of Muehlbauer for 3rd. Couldn't make it work. Muehlbauer up the inside of the 54 down the front stretch. Yancey slams the door into turn 1 on the 5. But Muehlbauer has been getting great runs out of turn 4 every lap. All that battling behind him means Donnie Kulo can check out on the field. 3 more laps to go. Oh, and big contact between the 5 and the 54. The 54 of Matt Yancey almost spun around in turn 2. This time by 2 sticks high for the 95 of Donnie Kulo. Kulo now with a 10 car length advantage on the backstretch. Muehlbauer still trying to get around the 54 for 2nd. White flag out, 1 more lap to go for Donnie Kulo. He won his heat race. Clean sweep here tonight at Plymouth. The 95 of Donnie Kulo wins. Matt Yancey holds on for 2nd. Jeff Muehlbauer in 3rd. And Luke Skolton 4th. And your winner in the number 95 car, Donnie Kulo. Is Robbie Worth. The 0 is Blake Wondra. And the U2 is Jack Vanderboom. All of your feature runners have made the call, so the 12 of Mike Decker will get the boot on the backstretch to pull into the pits. 25 laps of 360 winged sprint car action here tonight at Plymouth. Coming out of turn 4, green flag. Miller with a jump on the start, Wenninger is really fast off the high side. Big run for the 53. Looking down on the inside, 3 wide for 5th. Back through the field, Carnets up on the high side. Doug Wondra having to go through the middle, but here comes Bill Taylor on the bottom of the 53 for 2nd. Adam Miller out front, Wenninger stalking him on the high side. Here comes Bill Taylor on the bottom, Tim Hattie in fourth, Kevin Karnitz in fifth. Wenninger making the high line work, high side hustling for the 53 up top. Side by side, no races for the lead. The 24M and the 53. Shane Wenninger with a big run up to the 53 to the point. Miller working the bottom, Bill Taylor in third. Wenninger out front. And now Miller pops up to the high side, sees that 53 checking out. But here comes Bill Taylor on the bottom looking for that second spot. The high line is the right line right now. Adam Miller gapping Bill Taylor on the top side. Karnitz gets by Howdy for fourth. Fossbender in fifth. And here comes Hollywood. Kirk Davis is up to fifth. Davis, one of the few cars making the bottom side work. Going to work on the 7 of Lance Fossbender for fifth. Meanwhile, coming up into lap traffic, the 53 and the 24M running nose to tail. The first lap cars they'll encounter will be the number 0 and the 30, the two Wondra brothers tailing the field right now. And now look who's coming on the 6K. Travis Aaron's moving up to the high side. Slide job for the 25, up in front of the 6K. Put the number 25 up into 7. Wenninger now in the lap traffic. The 24M stalking him down the front stretch. Oh, doctor, guess who's coming? That 25T is on a rail. But now the 53 will be blocked by the 30 of Doug Wondra in lap traffic. Oh, but Adam Miller gets crossed up there in turn 4. That's going to lose him some time. Have to see how that 53 deals with the lap traffic. Wenninger now stuck behind the 30 of Doug Wondra. Miller is right there to pounce. Wenninger tries to split the gap. Has to drift up the racetrack. The 24 is right there to take advantage. Nose to tail down the backstretch. And here comes Miller up top. The 24M to the point. Miller railed the cushion out of turn 4. Oh, almost got him in the back of Robbie Roth there in lap traffic. Finally, lap cars moving out of the way. Oh, and Travis Aaron's up in front of Lance Fossbender. Slide job for 5th. Meanwhile, Adam Miller making quick work of Doug Wondra in lap traffic. The 24M all by himself out front. Gets all kind of squirrely off of turn 4. Oh, Chris Clayton spinner in turn 2. We're going to get a caution. Dave Dyker on the flag stand. 11 laps remaining in this 25-lap 360 sprint car feature. Well, I tell you what, folks, you might be practicing social distancing in the grandstands. They're not doing it on the track. They are closer than ever up front. Green flag out. Oh, here comes Wenninger on the bottom, but Miller's going to run out of the cushion out of turn 2. Here comes Tim Hattie out on the bottom. Where'd the 21H come from? Tim Hattie now drifts up into the front of Wenninger. Oh, big contact. Oh, and that's going to put Wenninger into the wall. Aaron's cutting out in front of Tim Hattie. Side by side for second. Here comes the 25 down the backstretch. Oh my goodness, Travis Aaron's slide job up in front of the 21. 25T up to second. Tim Hattie looking to move back on the bottom, but Travis Aaron's rails the cushion. The 25T's up to second. But that allowed the 24M to get a little bit of way out front. 9 more laps to go for the 24M. Ace is out front, TA in second. Bill Taylor looking down the inside of Tim Hattie for third. You get the feeling Travis Aarons is going to need Adam Miller to hit lap traffic. And with 7 laps to go, he might or he might not. Still side by side for that third spot. Bill Taylor making the bottom of the racetrack, working that 69. And Brandon McMullen is up in the 6th. Don't blink now, the doctor's coming. Side by side, Taylor trying to make that bottom line work. Hattie blocks him down on the bottom. Great move by the 21H. With 5 more laps to go, it does look like Adam Miller's going to hit lap traffic. This is not over. Oh, Miller gets all kinds of squirrely on the turn 4 cushion. That cushion's a brick wall on the top of 4. Gathers it back up though. Aaron's trying to run the middle of the racetrack. Oh, he's got grip. Here comes the 25. 2 to go this time by. Going down the back chute, Miller might hit a little bit of lap traffic. It's all on the 25 if he can catch up to him or not. 25 driving the heck out of that car. 2-6 high, 2 more to go for Adam Miller. Miller negotiating the lap traffic with Blake Wonder on the bottom. Aarons can't quite get there. White flag out, 1 more circuit for the 24M. Down the back straightaway, 2nd win of his career on a turn 4. Ace takes it at Plymouth. Travis Aarons comes home 2nd, and Tim Hattie holds on for 3rd. Bill Taylor 4th, and Kevin Carnitz 5th. And your winner of your Christine Hartman Pleasantfield Realty 25 lap 360 sprint car feature tonight, Adam Ace Miller. And starting shotgun on the field in the number B14 is Victor Benedetto. Jim Schmidt setting the pace, starting the race. Let's go, late model racing here tonight. Green flag. Schmidt with a great jump on the start. Justin Ritchie up in the 2nd, but here comes Cantrell on the outside. The 01 car quick up top, but Justin Ritchie holds on to 2nd. Jim Schmidt leads the 1st circuit. Meanwhile, Justin Schmidt up the inside of Brad Miller for 4th, challenging Cantrell for 3rd. Side by side for the lead, Justin Ritchie sends it up the inside. Oh, Doctor would have passed on the front stretch. Here comes Justin Schmidt on Cantrell for 3rd. Schmidt up into 3rd, but Cantrell rails the cushion side by side for 3rd on the front stretch. And Justin Ritchie is out front and gone. Here comes Brad Miller up in front of Cantrell for 4th. Great move by the number 89, but Cantrell looks to rail the high side coming out of turn 4. It's a Schmidt 2 and 3 right now, Jim and Justin. Justin Schmidt looking to reverse that though up on the high line as Brad Miller and Cantrell battling for that 4th spot. Brad Miller solidifies himself in the 4th spot in the top 5. Cantrell still trying to make the high line work. Meanwhile, here comes Turk Letizia looking to take 5th from the 01. And Justin Ritchie hits lap traffic of Glenn Blanke down the front stretch. Meanwhile, the 97 and the 79 battling for that second spot. Miller gets crossed up on the cushion. Here comes the D1 of Turk Letizia. Ritchie making quick work of lap traffic. Straightaway advantage for the number 70 on the back chute. Here comes Justin Schmidt, rails the cushion on a turn 2, gets past Jim on the high side. Now here comes Brad Miller challenging for the third spot. Side by side for third with the 79 and the 89. Oh, and the 01 of Cantrell slowing on the backstretch. See if we get a yellow. Oh, Justin Schmidt and Brad Miller all kinds of crossed up in lap traffic, trying to get it on the 99. A Sawyer Speck. Brad Miller gets her in the Sawyer Speck. Oh my goodness. Big time yellow on the backstretch. Oh, that's Turk Letizia caught up in that as well. We are coming to the green this time by 15 laps to go, 10 in the books. Justin Ritchie, Justin Schmidt, and Brad Miller out front. Green flag. Schmidt gets a better restart than Miller up top of Miller, rails the cushion. The 89 rockets to second. Oh, Doctor, the 89 flying on the high side. Sets his sights on Justin Ritchie. Here comes Brad Miller. 89 rockets on a 2 side by side. Miller races for the lead into turn 3. 89 up top, the 70 on the bottom. Oh, and Brad Miller gets crossed up on the high side. Here comes Justin Schmidt back at the 89 now. Oh, we get a yellow in turn 4. Couple of cars spun around there. Glenn Blanke involved. Field stacked up down the backstretch. Now Brad Miller's going to have to contend to move up to the high side though, but Justin Ritchie still out front. Green flag. And now Justin Schmidt pops up to the high side, rails the cushion out of turn 2. The 97 is back up in the second. Oh, and the 01 of Cantrell slowing down the backstretch. And it looks like we're going to get another yellow. That's your top 5. And Tim Bueller, Ted Dolan Sr. up into 7th. Fantastic run for the 21 SR. But it's all Justin Ritchie out front, and we're back to racing. Oh, that time Brad Miller got a little bit better of a restart. But once again, Justin Schmidt up high, side by side for a second. Put the 97 car up into the second spot. And now we'll see if that 97 of Justin Schmidt has anything for the 70 on the bottom. Oh, he's gapped Brad Miller quite a bit there. Coming down the back chute. Now Brad Miller jumps up to the high side to try and chase down the 97. Meanwhile, the 97 is closing in on the 70. Oh, the 70 hits the tires on the backstretch. Here comes the 97 on the back straightaway. Side by side, the races for the lead out of turn 4. Ritchie with a little bit of a nose in. Here comes Justin Schmidt side by side. Wheel to wheel, door to door down the backstretch. The 97 takes the lead. Justin Schmidt up top. Justin Ritchie on the bottom. And the 97 solidifies himself up front. Don't look now, but here comes the 89. JJ is on the move. Justin Ritchie now at danger and falling to 3rd, as here comes the 89 of Brad Miller up top. But Ritchie isn't letting the 97 go. Here comes the 70 back up top. Oh, but Justin Ritchie's going to hit lap traffic here. And Chad Ludwigson holding in the middle of the track. Oh, and that's actually Justin Schmidt. 3 wide in lap traffic. Oh, and Ludwigson goes around in turn 1. And now we've got basically a heat race to settle this one here. With 8 laps to go, Justin Schmidt out front. Can he add another one to his career here at Plymouth? The 97 gets on the gas, green flag. Jim Schmidt now sends it up to the high side. Now Justin Ritchie trying to fight back at the 97, but the 97 rails the cushion and he's out front and gone. The 97 looking to take this one over. Here comes the 70. Contact down the front straightaway between the 97 and the 70. Justin Ritchie rails the bottom. The 70 fights back down the backstretch. Side by side for the lead into turn 3. And now Justin Schmidt with a little bit of an advantage there. Schmidt rails the cushion, goes over it. Oh, he gets squirrely. The 70's back through on the backstretch. The 97 hopped the cushion in turn 2 and let the 70 run away with that one. Oh, we got a spinner in turn 1. Sawyer Speck goes around. All right, race fans, who thinks Justin Ritchie's going to hold on to this one? How about Justin Schmidt to pass him one more time? 5 laps to settle it. Here we go. Schmidt pops up to the high side immediately. Justin Ritchie rails the bottom, but Schmidt is there. Great run out of turn 2. Here comes the 97. Side by side one more time. 4 more laps to go for the 70 as they cross the stripe. Here comes the 97. He's going to roll the cushion out of turn 2. Ritchie's fast off the bottom. Here comes the 97 into turn 3. Justin Schmidt up top. 3 laps to go. Ritchie's holding on for now, but Schmidt is there to pounce if he makes one little mistake. Schmidt's got to keep it perfect though up on the high side. Ritchie hugging those tires, 2.6 high, 2 more to go. Schmidt driving for his life on the high side, 3 car lengths in it, sends it into turn 3, tries to move up the racetrack, white flag out, 1 more lap to go. The 70 and the 97 in a league of their own. Ritchie gets crossed up on the bottom. Here comes the 97 on the backstretch. Sending it into turn 3 and 4. Can the 97 get it done? On a turn 4 side by side. Justin Schmidt wins it at Plymouth. Justin Ritchie comes home second and Chip Schmidt third. You know what, race fans? Sometimes you just gotta lick the stamp and send it. Justin Schmidt wins. Christopher Kilsing. On the outside, the number 66 is Steve Lawyer. On the inside of row number 11, a rookie this season, the 27L is Brandon Ostrowski. Starting to the outside of him, another rookie, the 21F is Trevor Frank. And shotgun on the field, the 5C is Dakota Kabunik. 25 laps, green flag on a turn 4. Singer out to the lead, but Garco challenging there for second. The 31 looking on the inside. The teenager trying to challenge for the lead. Bump Singer up the track. The 31, we're gonna get a yellow. Trevor Frank and Steve Lawyer getting crossed up there in turn 1 on the initial start. A lot of other guys helped work on that car as well. Not awesome to see Trevor back out here tonight. But back up in front, Donnie Singer, James Routman, Will Garco, and Justin Bauer and Jesse Cullen, your top 5. Dave Dyker on the flag stand, letting them know when it's time to go. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag. Oh, we got a spinner in turn 4. And we stay green. Donnie Singer out front. Will Garco in second. Jesse Cohen challenging for the 3 wide back through the field. Oh, doctor, here comes Tim Warner on the front stretch. Lots of damage to the 62 of James Routman. Surprised there's nothing really seriously wrong with that. Garco is quicker than Singer out front. Here comes Cullen down the inside of Garco for second. And Singer drifts up high. The 14-year-old takes the lead at Plymouth. Side by side for second. Jesse Cullen takes second away from Donnie Singer. And now Cullen challenging for the lead. The number 8 trying to go up the inside of the 31. Gets him crossed up. Here comes the 8th on the inside in the front stretch. Side by side between Tim Warner and Kyle Odekirk there for 5th. And here comes Cullen. Gets a roll out of 2. Jesse Cullen takes the lead. Oh, but we get a yellow. And a big damage there to the number 21F of Trevor Frank. Not sure exactly what happened there. But Steve Lawyer, big damage to the front of that car. Your defending track champion sitting there on the outside of row number 2. Hear that rumble down the back stretch. Garco's gonna let him know here in turn number 4. Green flag. Carnage on the front stretch. Patrick Hansen and David McCutcheon around. Yellow, yellow, yellow. All right, coming back to the green this time. 22 laps to go. Garco, Cullen, and Bauer, your top 3. Let's get this thing in. Green flag. Oh, Cullen bumps on the tires in turns 1 and 2. Everyone through cleanly. Cullen looking down the inside of Garco for the lead. Little bit of contact there. Gets underneath the wheel sail of the number 31. Here comes Tim Warner down on the inside. Now Justin Bauer, look at the 75 running strong up top. The 75 up in the second. And now Cohen fights back on the inside in 1 and 2. 3 wide back through the back. Look out, Gary Glander and Kyle Odekirk. But meanwhile, up front, Jesse Cohen getting all 2 of his front tires up underneath the number 31 car. And Justin Bauer fights back now, and we've got a yellow on the backstretch. Big damage for the number 62 car. Oh boy, what happened there? And Jesse Cullen sitting there in 3rd, Tim Warner and Tim Shepard, 2 of the fastest cats in any alley in sport mod racing, sitting there in 4th and 5th. But it's the young gun out front, Will Garco. And a restart. Cullen gets the outside ahead of Justin Bauer. Here comes Tim Shepard. Look out. Number 29S getting by Warner and Bauer 3 wide back through the back. Look out. 53 in the 22. Contact in the turn 4. And now here comes Timmy Shepard looking up the inside of Cullen. But Cullen moves up to the high side. Cullen trying to plan an attack on Garco while having to defend from one of the best in the business, Tim Shepard, sitting there in 3rd. Gets the nose of that 29S underneath the 8, but gets a little crossed up on the tires. Out of turn 2. And now Tim Warner right behind Shepard. Garco out front still, holding off Jesse Cullen. And here comes Shepard, challenging for second, moves up the racetrack. Cullen holds on for now. And now Cullen to the outside, got a great run out of turn 4, side by side for the lead. Here comes the 8 car. And now slams the door on the 31, but Garco fights back on the bottom, side by side for the lead. Cullen trying to hang tough on the high side. Garco fast on the bottom, but Cullen is out front and gone. And now Tim Warner looking to the inside of Shepard for third. The defending champ trying to put the 29S in his place. And Warner's up to third. And he thought about a move to the inside of the 31 for second. Couldn't quite make it work. Now gets it crossed up, side by side on the front stretch. The 03W looking to move up into second. 31 shuts the door. And Warner gets a better drive out of turn 2. The 03W up into second. 11 laps to go this time by for Jesse Cullen. But Tim Warner is coming. That's not a sight anybody who's leading the race wants to see is the 03W. And now Shepard's going to get by Garco for third, possibly. Garco tries to hang tough on the high side. Drifts up too high. The 29S is up into third. Cullen out front. But Warner stalking the 8 down the backstretch. Drives it in so deep into turn 3. Gains a lot of ground under braking, does the 03W, but Cullen gets a better run off the corner. Pretty much dead even between the top 3 now. And Garco now under pressure from Justin Bauer in 5th. Lap traffic now becoming a factor. Cullen trying to get underneath the 25 of Jim Fisher. Negotiates that nicely. But now Warner closes the gap there while Cullen was just barely getting caught up with the 25, and the 03W is right there on the back of the number 8. Oh, Patrick Hansen trying to get off the track in turn 2, just makes it off. The 58 pulls off into the pits. Cullen, Warner, and Shepard basically line astern as they run with 5 more laps to go. Oh, and Warner gets a great run off of turn 2. The 03W is there with 4 to go this time by. Gets a better run off of 4. Here comes the 03W. Warner looking to the inside of Cullen into turn 1. Oh, the Warner drifted up the track there in turn 2, but got a better run off the bottom. And now Cullen having some lap traffic to deal with in the number 76 of Michael Gilson. Negotiates that nicely. 3 laps to go. Warner trying everything to get up to the back of the number 8. 2 sticks high, 2 more laps to go for Jesse Cullen. No lap traffic in front of him. Warner got a good run off of 2 though. He's there, he's closing. Warner stalking the number 8 in the last couple laps. White flag out, 1 more to go for Jesse Cullen. Warner tries to send it up the racetrack and get a run off the bottom. He's got a run down the backstretch. The 03W can't make it work. The 8 was a great block on the inside. And coming out of turn 4, Jesse Cullen wins. Tim Warner in second and Tim Shepard finishes in third. And your winner of your Cell Comp B-Mod main event tonight, the 03W, is Tim Warner.